Welcome back to my Sport 200 build. Now that the bodywork is done, we've got to do the finishing touches, things like getting the windscreen on, the roll bar, getting the center tunnel done, the exhaust, things like that. So it'll be a shortish episode just showing you all the little bits and pieces it takes that need to be done in order to finish the car. Okay, I've installed the front fenders on the wing stays, and I've run the wires around the wing stays on top of the A-arms into the body there. Okay, I've mounted the number plate light under here and the two tail lights. Yeah, I think they look good, they're even, and they look good on the black. Okay, now it's time to put the windscreen on. What I've done is that I've put the stanchions on, screwed them on the sides, and I've put the rubber into the channel underneath it. Okay, so this is all fine. Obviously this goes on the front so that the top will wrap around it. If we move to the car, the first hole is 67 millimeters from the edge and from the bottom there, and similarly on the other side. Now before I drill, I need to check to see that the distance between the top of the windscreen and the top of the roll bar is 900 millimeters. That's necessary because we've got covers, for example, the bikini top that I've got for this car. It assumes that there is a 900 mil distance between the top of the windscreen and the top of the roll bar. So we'll go from there. Okay, I've just mounted the windscreen. The idea is that you put one bolt hole 65 millimeters from the edge, from both edges, from the bottom edge and the side edge. You put a bolt through there, and then you measure the top, from the top rail of the windscreen to the roll bar. Make sure that's 900 millimeters. That will determine the angle of the windscreen, mark it, and drill, and then you've got the windscreen in place. So that looks pretty neat. So that's the windscreen. Now, using those bolt holes for the windscreen, I'm now going to fit the aero screen so that they use the same holes. Okay, here I've mounted the windscreen again, just to see whether the bikini top actually fits well. And as you can see, even though it isn't tightened down, the spacing is good. Once I stretch it out, it will hit the roll bar and it will go down the back. I will have to move the center rear light there. It's in the way, so I'll probably move that to the intersection of the roll bar cross piece there. But other than that, it's looking good. And yeah, I'm excited to drive it because it's less claustrophobic than the tent contraption I have on my Caterham, which I've actually never used while driving because I just can't get in the car with it on. So this is a nice compromise. It will keep some of the weather off you if you need be. It's small enough that it will just fit in the boot box, and it doesn't look half bad, so I'm really pleased with that. Okay, I've cut the hole for the handbrake in the center tunnel cover. As you can see there, it's a tight fit, but I didn't want to make the hole any bigger than necessary. And you can see there's the gear lever. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the vinyl cover on top of it, the carbon vinyl cover there, and see how well it fits. If it fits well, then it's a matter of just finishing the preparation for the center tunnel and screwing in for the last time. So here's another view of the center tunnel, and you can see I've got the front plate on. What you can see right down the end is that the wiring harness actually comes down. So I had to cut out the corner of the front plate there in order to make room so the wiring harness can get down. But it's now all buttoned up. So what I plan to do now is just put the vinyl cover on so we can see what it looks like. So this is what the center tunnel looks like. The actual vinyl cover is padded, which is really nice. It's been scrunched up for ever since it arrived, so that will all even out, and once we've got the seats in holding it into the side, it'll be great. So it will offer some heat protection. After all that work, this is what the car looks like now. So you can see I've got the wing stays on with the fenders there. I've got the firewall in there, all nicely buttoned up, and the engine bay is looking pretty spiffy. Here's the windscreen. The windscreen looks good, mounted correctly. This is inside the car. I haven't got the seats mounted yet, but I've got the instrument, the dash, the steering wheel, and the center tunnel done, the roll cage, walking towards the back. I've got the rear fenders on, wheel arches, and here you can see I've got the lights, the number plate, and the light on the other side. So the car is just about there.